My farming leg's wet right now, but what I've learned in this process is it's better to get certified without having done anything to the land if possible. And that's what's happened in my situation. So I have not farmed this land. This land was untouched, and I was able to go through, or I'm able to go through the process on this ranch with just the land being fallow. Now, I was able to certify for the last few years that I've been working with the land that it was fallow, but they need a 3 year history. So most of the time, you need to get the previous owner, or somebody, a neighbor, anybody who has a knowledge about the history of the land to sign off on the land and write, sign an affidavit saying that they understand that that land has not had chemicals put on the land. And then also a fun fact is that organic certification is one of the most difficult certifications that you can go through, or one of the most stringent. I wouldn't say, I don't want to use the word difficult, but it is a very high requirement. And a lot of people, if you look at labels, I personally, I look at labels on my food. I look at the ingredients. I look at certifications. So there's things like all natural, there's things like non-GMO. And a lot of people may not know that when it says organic, it also is non-GMO. So if you're not familiar with organic standards, that is no pesticides, and they usually prefer that the seeds are not prefer, but the seeds are not treated, that they are come from an organic operation, and everything is tracked from where all the purchases are made from, any inputs I'm putting onto the soil, how I'm growing the crops, how I'm harvesting the crops, how I'm storing the crops. It is a very recorded and detailed process, and they do have inspectors that are checking everything before they give out that label. Now, I am just keeping you up to date on my process, and there are also different certifiers that you can go through depending on your region, and it's a different thing. So the government is not just one certifier. It's not through the government. It's through private groups that are able to give out this certification. So that's pretty interesting. And the different standards that they should all have the same standard, but they're allowed to give out that certification. So I'm going through a certifier through California, and they've been actually very wonderful through the process. Now, before I get to that process, I was also going to mention how